Good evening, everyone. Hope you had a good day. Let's just kind of get right into it here, real quick, with the markets. As you know, if you're a member of our community, we like to go through these sectors and look for ideas about what's going to happen in the market. The market can talk to you, right? If you know what you're doing. The best traders are like kind of reactionary. They don't come to work with and I'm talking about like a prop trader, a day trader. There's all kinds of different traders, but they don't come to work with a preconceived notion. It's like, you can be wrong. This analyst can be wrong. That analyst can be wrong. But you know what's never wrong is the market. So much ado about nothing with Powell today. I don't think anyone should really be surprised. I mean, frankly, it's like I don't even know why these guys have any credibility anymore because they've just completely been wrong. And all right, S&P's back down to the 500 level. That's like a psychological level. I want to show you something that's really interesting that came out today. So if you ever heard of like the PMI number or the Purchasing Managers Index or whatever, all right, that came out today. It comes out on the first of every month. Covers the manufacturing industry. Now check this out. They cover, or one of the things they report is commodities that are up in price, commodities are down in price. They follow a lot of commodities, so I assume there's a lot that didn't move in price. Check this out. Steel carbon is also up here too because it was up and down. So without that, guess what? No commodities were down in price. Guess what? All these other commodities are up in price. Guess what? That means inflation. All right. Now, back in this period here, there were 2 months in a row where, every single commodity that they follow was up. There wasn't a single one that was down. And that's finally when these idiots at the Fed were like, oh, it's not it's transitory. It's not transitory. Here's the problem. These people are Keynesians. They follow the teachings of John Maynard Keynes. They don't look at the money supply. And that's why they're so wrong all the time. Because if you keep pumping money into an economy like our government is doing recklessly and to buy votes, frankly, you increase inflation. If you had a economy that was closed and there was 100 goods and $100, guess what? All those goods are going to have to be $100. If the government comes along and says, "Hey, we're going to pump another $100 into the economy here," now there's $200, but there's still 100 goods. Those goods are going to become worth $200. It's inflation. That's what inflation is. So we're going to go into another big spell of it here. I think a big part of it is oil, these oil prices. I mean, they've backed off for a few days here, but it just in general, over here. But going back to the talking about inflation, back in fall of 21, when all this started happening, a lot of the people in our community here started looking at, gee, how can we make money from inflation? Instead of just like kind of locking our heads in, burying our heads in the sand here, what can we do to profit? So this is an ETF that we follow over here at Stock Market Jobber that tracks inflation, trades just like a regular ETF or stock. So this is where I was just showing you where those reports came out. Well, where I would have shown you that showed everything was up. And here we go into this big inflation move higher. But guess what? While everyone else is whining and complaining and bitching, like, oh, inflation this, inflation that, people that are in our community, and which I'm proud and happy to say, got a lot of exposure and actually profited from this. I mean, this thing was up huge. It's an ETF that tracks inflation. So inflation is big. Inflation is real. Anyone who's been to the grocery store lately knows it. But I think the message that I'm trying to convey is that the market always offer opportunities, regardless of what's going on. So if we go into an extremely inflationary environment, which it seems like we're doing, this is a way that you could profit or hedge yourself. So it's really kind of pretty cool. All right, just to hit a couple other things here. Everyone always asks me about NVIDIA this, NVIDIA that. So let's see what's going on with NVIDIA. A little bit of reversal, test and support. All right, but the main thing I wanted to just talk about is inflation. So anyway, hopefully you'll check back tomorrow. And remember, there's always ways to profit in the market. So a good trader should never put their head in the sand. A lot of the best ideas come from the opposite of what conventional wisdom is. All right, everyone. Thank you so much. And I will talk to you soon.